I was going to say the Archer show. I've gotten hip to FX network.
Yeah, that's a show for dudes. You should be all over that.
You know what? I've got it as one of kind of earmarked, I guess, to watch.
FX is a great. I mean, this is my second show on FX because I was on Nip Tuck. It's a great network. They just do really edgy programming. It's the only show I've ever been on where we turn the scripts in and they go, yeah, can you make it a little raunchier? Can you go a little harder? Usually you turn your script in and like just cut out everything that was funny, and then after you're done crying, we'll make that show. And this is the first show where they're like, yeah, push harder. We want to show. What I love about our show is even though the stuff is really edgy and it's a little raunchy, it's really a show where we consider every joke. You watch the show 3 or 4 times. There are new jokes you hear. Like you miss stuff the first time, you see different jokes the second time, and we work really hard to make the show as funny as we possibly can. And it's a show where I know what's going to happen, and I still laugh my ass off. And all my friends watch, and they're like, "Dude, I cannot believe they did that." I'm like, "I know. Well, how do we do it? Well, I don't know how we do it." So it's great. I mean, there's some things I could tell you. I'll tell people maybe at the club because I don't know what your tone is on the show. Sure, I don't want to get you fined. You know what I mean? I don't want them to come down and take your 3/4 drunk bottle of Jim Beam Black. So it's an edgy show, but we get to argue about it's
you can get edgy here if you want.
Can I?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So there's in my first
because you're dying to tell something.
I am. I really want to tell the story. Okay, so first the show gets ordered. The first episode we're doing after the pilot. People who know the show, I've dated the controller. My character dated the controller, and he was this kind of very whipped. I'll leave the first word of that phrase out. This very whipped dude, and he gets in trouble with me, and I tell him he's got to go buy some porn. And there's a very long list of descriptors I use to describe the porn I want him to buy. But Adam Reed and I had this 10-minute argument about whether the word ball slappiest was funnier than ball slappinest, and we really it was really intense, like comedic kind of we were talking about just really deep kind of conceptual ideas about whether it needed to be a consonant in the middle of that word to make it funnier. That's what we do on our show. We argue about whether ball slappiest or ball slappinest. Ball slappiest won because it sounds like happiest.
Is that right?